everyone, it's me, Never Is Near, and today's story, I wanted it to be more of a positive one. Before I get into all the chaos and the things that got us taken away, I would like to talk about the time before everything went bad. I would like to talk about my mom's mom, my Nana. I feel like out of all the people in the world, she was one of the ones that had cared the most. I know that my dad's dad had also cared, my papa, but sadly he died when I was only 3 years old, so I don't have very much memories of him. I actually don't even know him at all. But for my mom's mom, my Nana, she ended up passing away when in 2009, but I don't know the age that I was. I don't remember the age that I was. I remember that when we lived across the street from her house, everything was actually fine. I remember that when my siblings would go to school and stuff, me and my mom would always go over to her house and we would always hang out with my Nana. And she would always take her pill bottles, rip off the tags of the stickers off of them, and then poke holes into the lids and then give them to me, and I would go outside and I would collect ants, bees, and any kind of black beetles, and I would put them in there, and then I would come inside the house, and my Nana would always tell me to please take them out. I would always try to argue with her and tell her that I was not going to let them out and that I was going to just keep them safe, but obviously I was a little kid, so there was a big chance that I was actually going to let them out in her house. But regardless, she always did this for me because she knew that I liked them. I remember spending holidays at her house as well. I remember this one time in particular, a Christmas, that I expected there to be toys, and I had no idea that my parents didn't have any money. When we ended up finishing opening up our presents, it was just shirts, hairbrushes, and hair ties. Us three girls got the same thing, and my brother got some things a little bit different, but all things were related to our hygiene. I remember after I was done opening the last set of hair ties, I was really disappointed because there was nothing that I could play with. And I remember voicing that to my Nana. My Nana got really upset with me, and she explained to me that not every kid gets toys on Christmas Day, that some kids don't get anything at all, and I should be grateful that I got anything whatsoever. I remember feeling really embarrassed and understanding why my Nana got upset with me. Ever since that day, I kind of kept true to that, where anytime anyone had ever gifted me anything, I've always cherished it because I knew that it took time and effort for them to gift me something like that. It was a lesson that my parents couldn't teach me, but she was able to. She ended up teaching me a lot of things, and I do miss her dearly. She was one of those people that was really strong and really tough. She had breast cancer, and she was dying. I don't ever actually remember a time when she wasn't sick. I remember when she might have had a little bit of hair, but then throughout the years, her hair started falling out, and she would wear nothing but beanies because she was bald. Sometimes she would be on her couch in the living room, or sometimes she'd be sitting in her dining room chair. Either way, she would always be sitting down. It was really hard for her to walk around. I remember the time when we went over there and she was no longer able to breathe on her own. She ended up with oxygen. I didn't quite understand what was going on, but everybody else around me knew that my Nana only had a limited time left, and they started cherishing the memories more and more with her. As for me, I was always outside playing with her little dog or catching bugs. And she always set up the scenario so that way I could. She would always take those pill bottles and have them ready for me to play with. I remember also when she ended up losing her house because she couldn't afford it anymore because she was at the hospital, I think for about 2 months, she ended up living with us. Within that time of living with us, she was either in the bedroom that my parents had chosen for her, or she was on the couch, with her oxygen because she had very little time left. I remember she told me during a thunderstorm one time that anything that were to ever happen to her, she would forever love us, and that was never going to change. I remember not understanding that in the moment, and after when she died, at her funeral, everybody was standing there crying and talking about all their favorite memories of my Nana. And that is when I remembered what she had said to me, and I thought that that should be important to be shared. I don't remember how old I was, but I stood there in front of all those people, and I was very, very scared because I had never really done something like that before, and I had shared that memory with everyone. Everyone started laughing, and I kind of started laughing too, through the tears, because I remembered my Nana has this amazing good woman who tried her best. She was the only person that my mom ever had to rely on, and after she was gone, my mom had nobody. My mom's dad is one of the worst people in the world, and she could not rely on him for anything. The only thing he's ever done was take from my mom, and he's never given in his life. So losing my Nana was really hard on my mom, and of course being that young, I didn't understand that. She was one of a kind, and I really wish my mom would have taken after her, because then maybe things would have been a bit better. I am going to end up posting a second story today. This is just the first story. I just wanted to talk about a good person that was in my life. She did die when I was young, but at least I have memories of her, and at least I've gotten to meet her, and I knew who she was. This next story, I don't quite know what it's going to be about, but I will post it when it's done being filmed. If you watched it this far, thank you, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Have a good one.